Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And while that should mean good cheer and merriment, it also means an uptake in crime. Castries Mayor Peterson Francis says the city police stands ready and waiting to assist the Royal St. Lucia Police Force to maintain law and order and drive down the number of robberies and break-ins usually associated with this period.
Now, say the city police, we work in conjunction with the regular police. I believe last year we did a fantastic job. The two organizations did a very good. So things are now in, I already gotten correspondence from the regular police where they're going to want. We have to work with them, and we are hoping to do better than last year. So if, for argument's sake, we had 10, we wanted it cut down to below 5. But so far, we are now planning, we are putting things in place. As you know, I cannot reveal to you what the strategy is, but definitely we are working.
The mayor says the aim is to ensure that everyone has a safe and secure holiday season. Earlier this year, Parliament afforded the city police greater power and jurisdiction to support and complement the work of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. This includes island-wide power of arrest. The St. Lucia Fire and Emergency Services gave the latest update on the incidents that took place over the weekend, which required their services. Included in these incidents were 2 shootings where at least 1 shooting was fatal.
The divisional officer of the St. Lucia Fire Service, David Antoine, sat with members of the press on Monday morning to report on the services carried out by emergency personnel over the weekend. According to Antoine, the fire department responded to a total of 78 ambulance calls, including the police shooting of Miguel Edward, who was killed in connection to the sexual assault of a 105-year-old woman on Saturday.
71 of these were medical emergencies. The nature of these incidents included 4 motor vehicle accidents, 3 physical assault, and 2 shooting incidents. On Saturday, November 2nd, at approximately 12:18 p.m., fire officers from the Gros Islet Fire Station responded to a shooting incident at the Marina Gros Islet. On arrival at the scene, emergency personnel assessed the body of a young male for a bullet wound to the chest. He was found with negative vitals. Subsequently, the victim was transported to the Victoria Hospital, where he was later pronounced dead by a medical practitioner.
The divisional officer also gave details on the shooting of Victor Maurice on Sunday night.
Actually, we responded to the Balata shooting, and when we got to the scene, that person was already transported to a medical institution by private means. So there was no intervention on our part. But we did get to the scene, police present and all, but that person, as I said, was already transported to a medical institution.
Any word on his current condition?
We do not have that. Since we did not treat or transported him, there is no way that we would have pursued that kind of information regarding the victim.
Antoine revealed that the fire department also responded to 2 fire calls, 1 structural and 1 vehicle fire. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
Former National Carnival Queen 2018, Erlika Frederick captured the Miss OECS title on Friday, the 1st of November in Dominica. The pageant was hosted at the Windsor Park Stadium and saw 6 beauties from OECS countries vying for the title. Frederick says the pageant was a learning process. We caught up with her on Monday.
Every experience for me is a new challenge, and coming into this pageant, I knew that there were talented girls, beautiful girls, girls who had won crowns back at home, and so I had to put my best foot forward. And every single opportunity that I got to rehearse, I ensured that I maximized every opportunity, and I really invested in myself, and my chaperone did a lot of investing himself.
Frederick, who hails from Choiseul, is no stranger to the stage, having won school and community titles and then going on to become the National Carnival Queen in 2018. She also competed in the Miss JC's pageant in Antigua in July of this year and was the first runner-up. She has her sights set on competing in the Miss Universe pageant in the future.
Yes, not for a while. I don't believe that I'm holistically prepared for the international stages yet. I have always been a child who listens to God, and I believe firmly in the right timing. I think I did miss OECS because I knew that there was some door that would open for me very soon after JCs, and that's why I was not heartbroken when I did not bring the crown home, because for some reason I knew that this door would open, and lo and behold, I was added into some weird Miss OECS group, and I didn't second guess myself because I knew that it was right timing and God's calling. So when I think God speaks to me and God says, yes, Elika, you ready? I will listen to myself and I will take the bold step. I will drop myself wholeheartedly into the Shark Tank of Miss Universe, but I want to do Miss World first though. So maybe in the next 2 to 3 years, you will see me on the stage again.
The Miss OECS pageant was held under the theme celebrating harmonization and integration in pageantry. In other news, we've heard the ongoing debate back and forth about hospitals and horses. Does one have anything to do with the other? Is one taking precedence over the other? The opposition says there is nothing wrong with a horse racing track, but there are other priorities that the government should be focused on. The government, via Guy Joseph, countered that the opposition was making noise about two things that have nothing to do with each other. What do you make of the issue? Do you agree with the government that the opposition SLP is simply opposing projects like this for opposing sake? Or is the opposition right on the button? Here's what you had to say.
I don't think the SLP has any good reason for opposing the horse race track. Politics being what it is, the nature of politics, the opposition will always oppose. But I think so far, the government is on a good, the government has a good track record. Look, they have the horse race, the track for the horse race. They have the market going up, and there is plans for a bus terminal, which again is going to generate revenue into the economy. So I think the government is doing far so good, and the opposition is just opposing for opposing sake because of the nature of politics.
I'm not saying this Initial Labour Party is against the racetrack. What they are saying and the nation is saying, we need a hospital a hospital. The people was in the stadium for too long. A racetrack, you can build any racetrack, horse can run. We have to invest money for people who need medical. We don't even have medication in the country. People are sleeping on St. Jude. Why is the Prime Minister emphasizing on a racetrack? Why don't you emphasize on a hospital? A hospital that people need right now. And spend money in the hospital. We need a new hospital. The people is getting blows in Beaufort. That is all I have to say about it.
Let me tell you something. You see, the opposition itself, they don't want to see nothing happening in this country whenever it's Flabberdat in power.
Well, I think it's a valuable reason, right, that they're opposing it, because what we have heard about the horse track, in Barbados have a horse track, right, and it's not doing very well. So when we have a horse track here, it's maybe 1 or 2 races we will get, huh? And we don't get any more races anymore. So
this is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. There's more news coming up after the break.